those lovely headshot triplets all at the same time?
And first of all, that was back when you were drinking like a fish. And second of all, that was one chip.
Is another dinner dilemma creeping up on you? First time dinner decider, it's the perfect time for Pizza Hut's delicious 5 by 5. When you
Good.
order medium or large pizzas, you can get up to
I'm still snacking on Jerry's.
pizzas for only $5 each. Turning mealtime into deal time. Now that's delivered complimentary by location. It's the clean bag great empowers through tough messes, so it makes it look.
Oh, long day. Just got in. Went down, picked up my prescriptions. It was a long trek. It's kind of scary. How you doing, this guy? No, it's kind of... I'm pretty close on the outskirts of this town. On the outskirts of my city. And it's shocking to see how many older people are living on the streets. Like the other day, I saw this guy. He was sleeping on the bench like 2 days ago. Saw him yesterday again, sleeping on the bench. Saw him today, sleeping on the bench. He's an older gentleman. And like I went out and I was going to buy a KFC. Bought this special for the day and a couple bottles of water. Brought it to the guy and like, holy crap! I've never seen anybody so grateful for chicken. It's fucking hot out there too. Like, I don't get how people can survive on street level. It's hotter on the street than it is down in the woods, especially where I was in the valley. It's a lot cooler down there, but up here, it is unbelievably warm up here. Hey Melody, how you doing? You know, it's unbelievably warm up here, and like how these older people, I think I had to be at least 70. How he can survive up here on the streets. The guy's like laying on a steel bench. He's got a hoodie on. He's got sweatpants on. Sleeping there, and it's like 30 degrees Celsius today. That happens if you don't. It happens. They sometimes stop the notifications from going out, but I don't know what's going on there. I know I'm getting pushed out into the shorts feed. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, no, like one of those things I was talking about is I brought the guy a chicken sandwich and 2 1.5 liter bottles of water. He was ecstatic. And what I could have done, but didn't do, was I could have easily filmed it and posted it and put that stupid music on it and got 200,000 views. But there's just something so wrong about it. No, there's just something so icky about it. But yeah, no, I just got back in. I've been out all day. Had to go get my meds. And it's like, 3 hours to get there, 3 hours to get back. But this was the cheapest option. And on Monday, I'm going to be taking a long trip. Monday, I'm going to be taking about a 10-hour trip up to Sudbury for a job interview that I'll probably get for a night auditor at a motel. It's called the Quality Inn. It's a chain. But I'm going to take the trip from here to Sudbury, which is about 10 hours by bus. I can do that. And I want to go there because the rent is cheap. Yep, 10 hours. If I was to just jump in a car and drive, take 4 non-stop, but it's a bus, so like I think the actual bus trip takes like 5 hours. It's just getting to the place where the bus would leave.
You mean Fraser's supposed to be wearing those shorts?
I forgot to get my underwear to Dr. Craig. Oh, I should call. Well, no, I gotta get to the theater. Listen, Carla, somebody should warn him. Would you call?
Of course.
Oh. And it's a warm one today. I'm trying to think of something to talk about. These are more interesting if I'm out and about, but it's too dang hot to be out. I might take us fishing tomorrow. Thinking definitely going to take a fishing live stream tomorrow. Well, this is just an interview, and I've been talking to this person who I think he's either the manager or he's the owner. I think he manages the hotel. And the job itself wouldn't start until August. So I'd have this room till then. Then it's just about, getting my first paycheck behind me and finding a long-term apartment. Because up in Sudbury, apartments are dirt cheap. But yeah, I'm just gonna play with this. It's funny. I'm a fidgeter. I've been trying to think of things to do, and like this is very entertaining. I playing with the fishing reel because I can. I wish I knew I had somebody who could help me with something. Someone brought a really good idea up to me, like some sort of resource for people on the streets that can list places that are good to go and safe to sleep. I'm not much of a TV person. I end up just putting what's on. Right now it's Cheers, and I like the old shows like Cheers, and I think The Office is going to be on next, and I love The Office. But that's about it, Robert. I watched some of The Simpsons and Family Guy, but I'll end up just reading a book or something more often than not. I'm in a motel for the month, and I think I've got a really good lead on a job way out of town, KZ. I think I'll have a place, like an actual apartment very soon, and a job that I can do. And it won't be until August, but that's when everything seems to work out. Yeah, it's nice. It's quiet. And I'm hoping Dale comes in here soon, because I'm supposed to, I want to give Dale a shout out when he comes in. Because his nephew, he's got an MMA tournament, like in the next day or so. No, it wouldn't include a room, but it doesn't really matter. Up in Sudbury, you can rent a 2-bedroom apartment, all inclusive. That's heat, water, power for like a 2-bedroom place for like $800 a month. And the thing about Sudbury is the median income is pretty dang high. Like even their McDonald's stuff, they're paying near $20 an hour. They make more money. Their income versus cost of living are so skewed. Their income is high, while the cost of living is low. So I could find an apartment for $700 a month, 2-bedroom apartment, all to myself. That includes everything, and make $22 an hour. Oh man, where? That's one of the things. I want to figure out how to build an application for people who are living outdoors in cities and whatnot, where, based on experience, the users can map out safe sleeping spaces on this app, so anybody who can log in can find a spot to sleep that'll always be safe. Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I'm so sorry.
If you have a job, don't leave it. But if you don't have a job, my suggestion is go somewhere a lot cheaper. It's about the same price here for a bedroom in this city. Is $1,500 a month. That's why I want out of this town, because I'll actually be able to live if I go somewhere else. And it's pretty wild up there, so I'll be able to go and do my stuff in the woods whenever I want. Oh, Melody, you're absolutely right. I have been super fortunate. I have been able to stay safe and all that stuff. Oh, that's the thing about this here. This channel, there's a lot of people with lived experience. And again, that's why I wish I could meet someone who knew how to develop an app. I think an app like that would do very well, where no matter what city you go in, someone has dropped a few pins here and there where you can find a decent space, a safe space to sleep outside, where you're not going to get jumped and stuff like that. But again, I don't know how to develop an app. Well, if you have a tent, you really should reconsider about what you're sleeping on. Don't sleep on an air mattress. I know it's a little bit more comfortable, but honestly, I think it's time to ditch the air mattress and get yourself one of those roll-up sleeping pads, the ones that don't take up much space, something that's small. And there's a lot of spaces you can sleep.
But the real mystery was her irritated skin. So we switched to Tide Pod 3 Gentle. It cleans better and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it's gentle on her skin.
It's got to be Tide. What makes special K vanilla almond so special?
Well, KZ, lives are fun, but where you should be sleeping, the best place you can sleep if you want to stay safe, you should also consider getting some earplugs to do it until you get used to the sound. But find a place by the highway. If you can get to a highway where there's some greenery and you can be invisible there, that is the absolute best place you can sleep. No one is going to go there. You're not going to get bothered by addicts and other homeless people. No one's going to come and bother you. It is honestly... any kind of sleeping pad. Get one of the really small, something that you can just sleep on, or even better yet, you can just get a tarp and put brush in it, or even another. If you've got a sleeping bag, just do 2 sleeping bags. Sleep on top of one and use the other one. You don't want to carry too much with you. It's the less you've got, the easier it is to pack up and go. Now that you're actually outside, no, man, the less you carry when you're outside, the better. There's going to come a time where you got to go really fast. When I was doing the tent thing, you have to be able to pack and go within a minute. I've done that, where if you need a big enough bag so you can just, scrunch out all the poles, cram the tent in, smash all your sleeping bags in your bag and just go. I've had it happen to me once where a guy was, standing outside the front of my tent with a knife. I was packed up, everything was in my bag within a minute, and I was out of there after, the guy left. You really gotta learn the art of this, tear down and stuff.
Care about each other. How much
Bill, there's two reasons. One reason why your name is green. You joined up as a member. All the members get their special little name. And in fact, you got a star beside your name. I'm working on little badges. I'm changing that up from a star to different little badges, and it'll change every single month depending on how long you're subscribed. How was that, Jesse? I hear Hawaii's not actually a bad place to, be homeless. It's warm. I watched a video. A person who was, talking to the homeless people in Hawaii, and there's like a mountain that you got a boat to that all the homeless people hang out. Oh man, Bill, I think people get busy. Don't ever feel bad about living your life. Yeah, well, here's the thing: is it depends where you go. There's a lot of actual community and support within, the homeless community. If you're in a big city, not so much. There's less banding together. I was lucky that where I was, there were a lot of non-addicts, just working class people hiding out, camping in the woods. And there was a community there that will fight to protect you if you're a decent person. Oh man, it doesn't old like my name makes it look like I'm 12. Oh man, KZ, you gotta find a better place to hang out. You obviously have internet, right? Time to use Google Maps. Jump on Google Maps, a satellite view, find parts near you that are really heavy forested, and you walk right into the forest, stay off paths. If it looks like people walk through the area, you'll be able to see visible trail footsteps. Don't go down those. Go where no one can see it, and when you do go to it, don't make a trail yourself. When you're walking in the woods, looking for a campsite, you walk 10 paces forward, 5 paces to the side, 10 paces forward, 5 paces to the side. It just prevents you from actually making a walking trail and people, oh, this is a new hiking trail, let's walk it. And that's so you don't get found out. Hey, UAP, how you doing today? Well, you're gonna KZ, you gotta figure something out there. Spending money is a bad thing. If you've got a job, that's great. You'll save a lot. But the best thing you can do for yourself is figure out how you can cook back at camp. Don't buy expensive fuel. Don't buy a cooker. If you gotta buy yourself a coffee can or something as big as a coffee can where you can have a small fire that'll last 5-10 minutes with twigs, cook on that and do that. And you go out, if you're going to work, on your way back from work, you stop into the grocery store every single day to get where you're going to eat that day, and you'll save a ton of money. I'm actually going to be moving out of the city, man. Kirk, Osaga. Camouflage tarps are great. They're expensive, but they're great. You can actually make your own camo tarp pretty cheap. I've done it. Just go gather some leaves and brush. Grab some Gorilla Glue from the dollar store and a tarp from the dollar store. And you better get some spray paint as well if you could get it nice and green. Paint it. Throw a bunch of glue down and throw all the brush on top of the tarp. You'll blend right in. I've done it and it works. I'm in Canada, man, and it's really hard for me to leave. No, it works. Like, camo tarps are expensive.
No, not again. Not this year. You're going as my wingman. Flight suit up.
That's great, man. Well, hold on to as much as you can. So $600-700. If you're doing your shopping every single day, that's about $200 a month in food. If you can save $500 a month, you're gonna be golden. You don't want to do this cold weather, man. I did it through the winter. I'm up in Canada. You're gonna want to go out and get yourself a very expensive sleeping bag, something that goes down to -20 or -30. One of those, and a couple other. You need like 3 sleeping bags. If you can get one of those giant 2-person sleeping bags, get one of those. Get a really extreme cold weather sleeping bag that you're gonna sleep in inside the 2-person sleeping bag, and you're gonna use like a quilt or something to go over top of you or and underneath you, and you'll stay a lot warmer. I did it without any fire in a tent. You can also make something called a Crisco candle, where you know that Crisco baking fat stuff is in the little metal jars. Buy one of those and throw a tampon right in the middle. Light the tampon on fire, and you got yourself a Crisco candle. You can always replace the tampon, but it'll last at least 72 days. So you'll need like 4 tampons because they eventually burn out, but you'll stay a lot warmer. You should be. You should be thinking about winter because it's going to get pretty damn bad. But get yourself a Crisco candle. If you're going to be in your tent, it's time to go to construction sites and liberate some winterized tarps. They're usually orange. There's a tarp. There's plastic fabric inside and sewn into a bottom tarp. You're going to put that over your tent. And even better yet, if you can get, if you're going to be stopped up in the same spot in a tent, you get yourself a bed sheet, king size bed sheet. You put that over the tent. Over that, you put some Mylar, and over that, you put your tarp. You don't put the Mylar directly between you and the tent because Mylar doesn't breathe. It keeps the heat in, but it doesn't breathe, and condensation will get picked up onto the Mylar. So you put a bed sheet between your tent, the Mylar, and the tarp. The Mylar will keep the heat in. The bed sheet will absorb any moisture, and the tarp it helps keep the heat in even more, but keeps the inside from getting wet, like from leaks and whatnot, and keeps you from wind. And on the inside, you have to grab a few pieces of wood to make like a teepee structure on the very inside of your tent, so if snow does build up, it doesn't collapse. Who changed his YouTube name? I didn't change my YouTube name. My YouTube name hasn't changed. It's always been extra cheesy broccoli. Well, if you're moving, I'm going to suggest if you are outside and you can't get inside, get to the woods. Just a second, I want to check that out. This is going to blink off for like 10 seconds. By any chance, was it... No, but it's all the same. It's extra cheesy broccoli, or the actual user handle was Vagabond Rob 1988. Nothing has changed. All right, give me a second. I'm going to stand up and go fix my pants. I'm just sorting myself out. Yeah, it might just be the name of the stream. KZ, that's your best option. Is the smallest tent you can find. That's what when I was tenting, and I had a very teeny tiny tent. Teeny tiny tent. It was a 1-person tent. It was like a coffin. You'll stay a lot warmer in that. It's easier to build up over that. Yeah, you might even want to get one that's for 2 people, like one size bigger than you got. But it's a lot easier to insulate that than something gigantic. Again, you get a bed sheet to go over the tarp, to go over the tent. You get a mylar, which is cheap from the dollar store, to go over that, and then you get a tarp to go over that. You should also get some wood to reinforce it. American, I'm in a motel for the next month, and even then, I have a job interview I'm going to get up to on Monday. I'm traveling 10 hours north to go to a job interview for a Quality Inn for a night auditor position, and I want to go there because rent is cheap. I need to get out of the streets. I don't want to go. I don't want to be living in the woods anymore. Having a bed is perfect. Well, man, there's a lot you can do. I gotta poop. Sorry, I gotta do that. There's a lot you can do to make your stuff blend in even better. Again, Melody suggested a camo tarp. You can make one for $5. Go buy a tarp from the dollar store, spray paint it green, cover it in Gorilla Glue, and throw a bunch of leaves on it. And you'll blend in, no one will ever find you. Oh, hey Taco. But no, definitely make a camo. You don't need to be close to a toilet, man. Okay, you're not gonna like this, but I've got my medical issues. My medication really stops me up sometimes. I get really constipated. So sometimes when you gotta go and it's coming right now. Make yourself a latrine, garbage bag, and a bucket, and get rid of that crap every time you use it. Don't leave it there, but make yourself a latrine, because when you gotta go, and you just toss it in the garbage. I know it sounds nasty, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Don't dig a hole. Don't leave your business laying around like that, even if it's in a hole. The smell attracts bugs and animals, and last thing you want is a raccoon digging it up. You want to bring it with you and get it out that day, or you're going to have a lot of animals. And raccoons don't care. They'll eat anything. Raccoons will dig it up. And just thinking that the raccoon is eating something that I ate already. Yeah, well, if you do that after a day or so, animals are coming by. Like, one thing you don't want are raccoons and coyotes. Coyotes, they're pack animals, and if they decide they want to eat you, they're going to eat you. Oh, hey, Dale, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to come on. I wanted to, I want to wish your nephew good luck on his tournament. Good luck on, I think you said it was a fight. And from what you said, he's going to kick some serious ass. So, shout out to Dale and Dale's nephew. Yeah, you never ever use the bathroom at your camp. Again, if you do have to do it outside and you have no other option, you got yourself a latrine. You pick a direction, you go like that way for 5 minutes, or at least 150 paces. and do your business there. I was near a highway exit. I was more in a ravine area. My city has so many forests and whatnot, but I was down in a ravine area. But again, I was pretty damn close to a highway, and depending where you stay, if you're staying street level, you're not going to have a good time. That's where a lot of bad people stay. That's where a lot of the addicts stay. They're try to stay near the downtown area or near the streets where the services are, where they can get themselves the free meals and free stuff all the time and steal and boost stuff. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But if you're down in the woods, like in the ravines or off the highways, they're not going to go there because they don't want to hear the noise. They don't want the problems. You're going to have a lot less interaction with the bad elements if you're hiding. And Dale, I know, I'm glad your show came today, Dale.
Barney, where's your back? That's right. Totally new costume. Every Halloween, I bring a spare costume in case I strike out with the hottest girl at the party. That way I have a second chance to make a first impression. What's with the face? It's after a pathetic half I had to be. So go to the bathroom.
Oh, crap. Thank Kirk Osaga. Kirk Osaga, thank you very much for the super. I'm gonna like that. Everybody, you gotta like that. That's a freaking awesome of him. Nah, man, American, you can pee outside of your camp. That's not so bad. It might attract rodents, but it's gonna keep the bigger animals away that you don't want to deal with, like raccoons and coyotes. I was battling a raccoon a while back. Like, literally, I was at war with a raccoon. It was a whole saga. And came to it, I got so angry because it was trying to scratch through the top of my shelter. Cornish suggested I urinate in a spray bottle, well, urinate on him. So I did what I had to do in a spray bottle, and I sprayed the raccoon. I feel bad for it, but he got so pissed off, pun intended, that he jumped out the shelter and you could hear him just all the way through the woods. And it was hilarious.
Apologize for my gender. What am I doing to make you drink?
Certainly our charming devil.
I'm also a horny devil. Yeah.
So everybody, Dale's nephew is about to kick some ass in a tournament. In a fight, I believe. Oh,
We found this little Italian place.
You found it. I can't wait
this
to
chair is annoying. I don't like sitting on chairs.
I'm just here to love tiramisu.
I've not read enough of that.
We're crazy for this stuff.
I'm crazy you. You're crazy.
Oh,
Your tiramisu.
now, Jbar Zaman, I have a decent phone.
No. I mean, it just sounds a little.
It was a whole mission to get this phone, but I'm using the Google Pixel 6.
Button tiramisu.
I had my first phone when I got out here was a Huawei P20 Pro. It died, and I found someone's broken. It was a broken phone, the Samsung S20. The charging ports were completely fried. I had to charge it with the induction charger on the back. That finally died, and I got a S9, a Samsung S9 for like $75, and I kind of got myself on a mission. I ended up selling that S9 I got for $75 for $130. With that, I bought a Google Pixel 5 for $100, which I sold for $170, and with all the profits, I was able to buy the Google Pixel 6 and have $20 left over. Yeah, it was a whole day of it. Like, I traveled. Only had to use bus fare one time. I traveled the whole city a few times over to do that.
Yeah. No. See, yeah.
Oh, American Roadrunner. I want to do a campfire really soon. There's no place for me to do it. Even if I was back in my old area, there's someone either sleeping at the pit now Could people make that campfire that pit their home, or kids come down there, they're drinking, having a good time, and it's just not feasible anymore. I'm gonna try to get a campfire going for tomorrow. There's a ravine not too far from here. There's a lake. I'm gonna go down there and have a small fire. Dean, you can kick some ass. Woo. Yeah, gang signs. Gang signs. Total gang signs. Well, around here, you're gonna get some carp, some suckers, some whitefish, perch, bluegill, bass, pike. There are salmon in the Lake Ontario, but they won't come in now. Crappie, muskie, walleye, catfish, dogfish. There's a lot of different fish. There's gar pike. We've got really healthy lakes. Yeah, I've got a spot where I might be able to have a fire. I miss being able to have the campfires too. They're very relaxing for me. So I might take a trip down to the ravine, scout out a spot tomorrow, and could have a campfire tomorrow. I know on Monday I got to get on a bus, then the subway, then a 5-6 hour bus ride north for an interview. When I'm up there, I have my tent with me. I'll probably bring my tent with me, and instead of spending a room when I'm up in Sudbury, it's so wild there, I'll call it a day of camping and fishing. Go to the provincial parks, camp right by the lake, do some fishing, and have a campfire on Monday. Hey, me, myself, and I, how you doing? Actually, those campfires were some of my favorite times. That's the wallet that came with my phone. You got my cards and my identification in it. Oh, of course. I will always shout anybody else who asks it out. The only thing I won't do is if it's for a channel that's promoting things I don't agree with. Like if you're a YouTube channel that is nothing about nothing like drugs and whatnot, I'm sorry, but no. Of course. Oh. Oh. It's been a beautiful day so far today. We got a lot done. Oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom for a second. I gotta, It's kind of funny you're saying tacos. So today, I saw a gentleman sleeping on a bench for a few days. I brought him some KFC. There was a KFC Taco Bell combo there, and I had myself 2 tacos for lunch. Well, Taco Master, who knows? I might be into that. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh my butt.
I played tennis in high school. You know why? Because it was just me out there. I couldn't even stand playing doubles. I just got dumped.
That sucks.
It's okay. I wasn't that into one. Story of my life. Everyone else is off.
Van life is totally different. If you're gonna do the van life, you gotta make sure it's a permanent thing. Van life isn't a bad life. I can't drive, so it'll never be for me. But you have a lot of freedom. You should talk to Melody. She does the van life stuff. She's a van lifer sometimes. I'll be back. I gotta poop.
A cold person. Tonight, Mike was willing to look like a complete idiot for me, but I couldn't be Gretel. Why can't I be Gretel?
Because you just haven't met the right handsome yet. And one day you're gonna meet a guy who's gonna make your water look like a complete idiot.
Really?
Yeah, he's out there somewhere. Just like the slutty pumpkin.
How do you do this, Ted? How do you sit out here all alone on the roof in the cold and still have faith in nothing's gonna show up?
Well, I'm pretty drunk. Look, I know that odds are the love of my life isn't gonna magically walk through that door in a pumpkin costume at 2:43 in the morning, but it seems as nice a spot as any to just, sit, wait.
Well, put it this way. If you're gonna do the van life thing, I'd say do it if that's something you want. A shower scene, that's good. Oh, maybe sometime. Get some of the Barry White playing. Can't get enough of your love, baby. That's pretty good. Now, if you're gonna do the van life, man, I say go for it. Especially if you've got a job in your city. Get yourself a P.O. box before you do. And what? Get a van for $5K. Even how much you pay for a rent a month. Cheapest you get is $1,000. So go big. Buy a van for $10,000. Keep that van for 5 years. You're gonna save $40,000 from not spending it. What? With gas, if you're staying around a certain area near your work, you'll always find a place to park. You can get a parking pass for the buildings and stuff for like $100. Get one of those so you can always park there, sleep there, and be safe. You'll save so much money doing the van life. Sure, there's a lot of compromises like cable. You got to be okay without needing cable, but there's internet for that. Oh, Melody, it's not 2-a-day showers. I'm not that bad. It's only a shower when I wake up, a shower before I go out, a shower when I get back. Sometimes a shower in between the shower I take before bed. So it's only 5. It's not that bad. I've only had 2 today so far. But man. Oh, there's my biggest fan. I've been wondering how you are. You haven't stopped by for the last 3 lives. The green screen kid. 6916. The dumbass that who used his own face on his videos on a comment on a channel he uses to troll people, and then when he gets called out for it, he goes back to deletes all the videos. Yeah, I will. That one there, Green. He deleted all his videos when he got called out because he got all scared. He thinks he's funny, but he's actually my biggest fan, and he's helping boost me in the algorithm. And, which reminds me, if you're new here, if you could give me a like, that'd be freaking awesome. I just do this to him. No, he's like, he's a kid, and he's not very smart about the trolling. Hey, Bushcraft Rebooted, how you doing? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Where's your friend? Yeah, he's just a stupid kid. Again, he was on the Stream by the Stream live stream. That was the one he came into last, and I kind of called him out. He got scared, and he deleted all his videos because he got on camera, which is ballsy of him. He wasn't making any original content. He was doing what the people do on TikTok, was find the popular video and green screen it. So the video's playing in the background here, and his head's like sitting here, and he's just, staring at the camera. Nothing interesting to add. How you doing, Bushcraft? Yeah, I've been trying to get in touch with the, I think, is that him? Bushcraft Rebooted? I left a few comments to him. I've been wanting to talk to him. He's got a good thing there. He should make a lot more videos, and there's a lot he could do to get himself out there. It takes a lot to get subs and get monetized. 50. So how you doing, Bushcraft?
So while we're at your mother's house, it might be a good time to tell her that we're living together. Do we have to? I really don't want to hear a religious lecture.
So yeah, Bushcraft, I'm glad you're here. I had a few suggestions for you because I like your channel. You could do a lot more to grow it. Well, you're here right now, and I want to tell you, you're going out, you're doing this hiking and stuff. You've got all the people you need to do a live stream. It's going to suck at the first one, but when you're out doing your hiking right now, you should live stream it. Just do what I'm doing right now, point the camera forward, and live stream your hike. That's going to help you grow. Even if you can get a peak of 10 viewers and your stream is a few hours, you're going to get 200 to 300 view hours for monetization. And when you do get monetized, you start getting pushed out more by the algorithm. And even when you get more and more subs, you get pushed out more and more and more.
I'm so glad y'all could make it. So tell me what's going on back home. Well, Howard and Brenda.
Oh, don't worry, Bushcraft, so am I. It took me forever to figure out how to do YouTube. It took me forever how to figure out the live streams, how to figure out the Discord. I know how to use my email. Kirko Saga, yeah, YouTube has saved my life in more ways than one. If I didn't have this, if I didn't have these live streams, I would have went down a very dark path and been very depressed. And now, I am monetized, and so from March 24th, I was partially monetized. I was fully monetized at the end of March. From then until June, when I got my first payment, I made a total of $300 from ad revenue. Last month was $300. This month from ad revenue, I've already topped $400 just from the ads. It is nice to be monetized because it's going to help keep me going. And it's slowly building and growing the more subscribers I get. Oh, Melody, I have a Discord, and I didn't know how to use it when I joined. I didn't even own my own Discord for a while. Cornish and Dan did. I couldn't set it up. I tried. It didn't work. Yeah, Bushcraft. My email address is on my main YouTube page. And like, it's kind of you see most channels, unless you're like a pretty girl in a bikini, you don't get 1,000 followers in a month. You don't get 10,000 followers in 10 months. It takes a year to get 1,000 followers. Unless you're a pretty girl in a bikini, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. They get $100,000 that day, which is fucking unfair. If I was a pretty girl, I'd do it too, It just doesn't happen. It's really hard, and I got almost 10K in 9 months. And honestly, you don't need to be a perfectionist. It's good that you want to put quality out there. That's great. But what you should be doing is focusing more on yourself, because we're not in the mainstream of YouTube. Like, our stuff isn't the mainstream YouTube. Mainstream YouTube is Mr. Beast, all of Mr. Beast's clones, all these tech guys and these big budget guys. That's mainstream YouTube. You and I are what's called YouTube counterculture. But no, we're part of YouTube counterculture. We're not about big flashy budgets. We're about personality. We're about not just what's on screen, but who's on screen. What I'd say is, do live streams, do your hiking, and show off who you are. Show off the things you do live, and make videos around that, showing off your personality, being yourself. Because again, we are YouTube counterculture. We're not the mainstream. You've got to do it differently. You got to be yourself to grow. Like, in all honesty, I grow more from these live streams than anything. Yeah, there's only like 18 people here now, but at least half of all the people who've joined this channel are from these live streams. I think I want to sit on the ground. This chair hurt my butt. But it's nice to be used to all of this. Well, I'm still glad you found the channel, no matter how you found it. But I'm just saying, I've grown more from the lives, and I've connected more from the lives than I have from anything else. And that's the thing about lives, is they're more, I get to talk to you right now live, like we're sitting in the same room. If you're just, if I'm just doing shorts and long forms, who gives a shit? I'm just some guy. This, like now, you and I were forming a relationship. We're having a conversation. Yeah, I'm reading the text, but this is building an actual community. I think we've got the best community out there. That's because Melody's freaking awesome. Okay, guys, just prove me wrong. Just kick me between the legs, why don't you? I'm just sitting here. Just kick me between the legs. But yeah, I think I'm going to be doing another live tonight in a couple hours. I have got to do a couple things right now. One is have another shower because I feel rank. And yeah, we'll be back later tonight. Because honestly, this is a bad time for me to be live streaming. They do better when I start like 8 and help me grow. Not exactly. I'm here for a month. Oh, it is. It's like the least toxic YouTube community. It's a good community. Well, I'm glad me, myself, and I'm very glad you're here. But I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'll try to stream again later tonight. Because this chair's hurting my butt, and I want to set it up so I can be on the ground and be comfortable. And we'll be back later. And Bushcraft, email me ASAP. We've got a lot to talk about. You guys take care.